Hey, you there. Thank you for watching, and welcome to Fortnite Forever. Today I have a 6v6 custom match here on the most amazing Rockstars map generator. So let's go ahead and introduce our teams and our players, starting up with Team 1 on the northwestern side of the map, and then we'll end with Team 2 on the southeastern side of the map. Taking a look at Team 1, let's go their northern player in Zigzag. Southward we have in Forest Green, we have Nuke. He's playing as an Aeon. He is a 1300. Also playing in the best color scheme. To the southwest, we have in Batman Gray. It is not an Aeon player. He is a UEF player, but is L to the Aeon. He is a 1600. He is the highest rated player on Team 1 and tied for highest rated player overall. To his east, in Ruby Red, it is Legend Lord 2 playing as a Cybran. He is a 1500. In the middle, we have Team 1 Snow White player Ricky Tiki Tabby playing as a UEF. He is a 1000 rated player. And rounding up to the southern side of Team 1, we have Eyes No Good in Orange the Color Orange. Another UEF for Team 1 as a 1500. And then rounding out Team 1 with Weed Whacker 1 playing as a Cybran in Stitch Blue as a 1000 rated. So for Team 1 side of the map, they have 3 UEF, 2 Cybrans, 1 Aeon, and no Seraphim for Team 1. Taking a look at Team 2's southern player, and then we're working our way northward. We have in Royal Blue, it is Sunny playing as a UEF. He is a 1600. He is the highest rated player on his team of Team 2, and he's tied with L to the Aeon for highest rated player in the game. To his northeast direction, we have a Turbo Puck playing as a Seraphim, I believe the one and only Seraphim of the game. He is a 1500. In the western direction, we have in Amethyst Purple, it is Jamie Killer 620 playing as a UEF. He is a 1400. In Rust, to his north, it is Charlie 4 playing as a Cybran in Rust. He is a 900. Moving on to the northern side of Team 1, we have Cy Beltron. He is a Cybran. He is a 1400 again in Chevy Crimson. And last but not least for Team 2, copying the color scheme of the map just this mission, we have the Tropical Ocean Blue player of Clinch playing as an Aeon for Team 2. He is a 1300. So for Team 2 side of the map, they have 2 UEF, 2 Cybrans, 1 Aeon, and 1 Seraphim. So the difference between Team 2 and Team 1, I should probably put it down here, is that Team 1 has 1 additional UEF, and Team 2 has the only Seraphim player in the game, which means all the factions are represented in the game. Take a look at the reclaim. I know this. For those of you who do know the style of map, there's a lot of reclaim, at least just given the color scheme and the whatnot. So I do expect that number to be pretty big, unless players have already scooped up a huge portion of it. Currently sitting at 50,000 mass. Love to see that amount of reclaim on the map. That is a lot. That is over 4,000 mass per player. There are clumps that get up to almost 3K on this map. So there is a lot to grab. You can see up on the northern and southern edges of the map, there's a decent chunk of reclaim there. There's also reclaim around the mountains to the west and the east, and then there's a little bit of reclaim in front of the players. So easy reclaim to grab for pretty much everybody, bar except the southeast. That's southwest and northeastern corners. We'll take a look at the mechs locations additionally as well. We'll take a look at Team 2 side of the map, and we'll say that this is theirs up there, and then this is Team 1's over in the southwest. Team 2 has 2 Trimex positions in the south. Looks like Sunny's going for that. They also have another 5 Trimex position in the background. Looks like it could have been a 7v7, but looks like they just didn't get those other 2 players to make it that 7v7 game. We see another group of reclaim mechs is here for Clinch. I'm getting some facilities to grab said reclaim next door, and then there's another Trimex position over to the northeast. There are 2 Trimex positions in the middle. Technically 2 players from Team 1, 1 for each side is grabbing those sets of mexes, but I'll say this is Team 1's where we have Legendor sitting, and then this will be Team 1, and then Team 2's will be down here. That Eyes No Good is grabbing. So that's the reclaim and the mexes out of the way. Let's take a look at where the players are headed off to. Already spotted players, of course, in the middle from Team 1. We see movement from Team 2 in the south. Combi-com action soon to be curved between Jamie and Eyes No Good over that Team 1 T3 3 mechs position. There we go. And we do have Cybotron getting a nice little wall section, but he's moving to the middle of the map with Clinch moving more in that more north, maybe northwest, but at least somewhat of a north direction. Shots are traded between Jamie and Eyes No Good. Team 1 PD online, and Team 1 will claim that Triumph Expedition for themselves for now. Other movement, we see Charlie 4 moving into the direct middle of the map. It looks like Team 2's only player to not leave their main base is Turbo Puck, hanging out in his base. Team 1, everybody has left their base. For the most part, we do see Nymph is moving eastward. We also see that L to the Aeon and Riki Tiki Tavi are at least moving somewhat in the more middle-ish direction, with move orders from Riki Tiki Tavi and L to the Aeon not going all the way there. But we do see Weed Whacker is going to be in the south, and again, obviously we noted about Eyes No Good and Legend Lore. So it looks like the red players are going to face off against one another, and maybe the orange players are going to face off together, with the blue players facing off together, and the purple player of Jamie getting into the action a little bit there as well. So 2v1 in this little section of the map, 1v1, 1v1. I'm assuming 1v1, and then we'll see where these players from Team 1 end up placing themselves. I will want to note, though, before the game really kicks it off, that the vote for the name of the Authams has been ended. I have tallied up the votes, or at least I've cut off the votes as of yesterday at like whatever o'clock at time I'm recording this video. And Order of Authams won, probably no surprise to anybody. That name led incredibly quickly right off the bat. There was no it being in the middle, kind of like the Harbingers where everybody was kind of very close. It was Order of Authams at 75% of 145 votes, so huge percentage of the community who voted. And then in second place, it's actually tied between Scroll of Authams and then I Have No Opinion. And then last place, we have Descent of Authams at 7%. So again, pretty close with all the other options, but Order of Authams won. So thank you so much for everybody's participation. The vote, I think the Titan is up next, and I don't know if that's going up today. I think it's going up tomorrow, whenever I remember to end up starting the poll, and then of course same amount of time roughly to vote for that. So again, shout out to every single one of you who voted. Again, if you didn't get a chance, I apologize, but you do have another option or another chance with the Titan vote here shortly, either today, tomorrow, or sometime during the weekend that's coming up. Anyway, take a look at where our players are starting to get their upgrades started. We do see T2 started for Clinch in the north. Then we see Gun started for Cybeltron for Team 2, and then Eyes No Good going for a gun to firmly secure that position for Team 1 with that gun upgrade behind him with Weed Whacker, and then gun upgrade countering him with Jamie Killer down in the south. Couple of units inbound from Team 1's. Who is that? That is Weed Whacker moving in. We'll grab, I think, most of the mixes. Maybe one will maybe not survive, but at least it'll be in the hands of Team 2 so they can easily repair that. We do see Team 1's Legend Lord just shoving his way eastward and cutting off Clinch from the everything else on Team 2 and his own stuff. So he's going to be isolated up there. And there are units inbound from 2 players from Team 1. And I don't think, unless there's a T2 transport that'll come pick him up, I don't think he's going to now. Their overcharge wipes out an Aurora. But again, there's units inbound, and I guess there's not too much. Maybe he'll get home, but the upgrade was canceled nonetheless, so nice grab there from Legend Lord. Gun is done for Cybeltron, and he's moving in immediately, going after Legend. Legend Lord 2. I was going to say I Am Legend or something. That's not the right thing. T2 started for Elden Aeon in the middle. Gun is done for Jamie, going for Nano. And Sunny halfway done with his upgrade. C4. Charlie 4 over here, hanging out with a couple of facilities he's building. Eyes No Good pushing in with his gun. And there it will drop the hit points of Charlie 4, and he'll be forced to retreat until Jamie can come and assist him. Clinch was able to get a little bit closer to more friendlier locations, but Team 1 has now grabbed the entire northeastern corner of the map. Not looking good for Team 2 over there. And then Team 2 in the southwest, we see possible drops inbound and possibly some sort of momentum for Turbo Puck in the southwestern corner. We'll see how far along that goes. Sometimes the drops work, sometimes they don't, but looks like at least right now there's 3 and then 3 more on the way for Team 1 versus 3 for Team 2, so at least the outproduction will soon to occur for Team 1 in the southwest. Missile started for Elda Aeon. That's pretty early for a missile. Speed started for Nymph in the north. He already has range on board. Riki Tiki Tavi has gun and T2 on board now. Gun started and halfway done for Legend Lore. Cybeltron is moving in to intercept. We'll see if that upgrade is canceled or not. Jamie Killer is done with the Nano upgrade, and is moving into that trimix position. I wouldn't be surprised if Eyes No Good doesn't notice that and falls back. We will see what ends up happening within. 80% in climbing speed at 60% to the north. I think Legend Lord 2 will finish that upgrade. We'll be able to fight against Sabotron at the same range and speed. We do see Sabotron's only at 1-star vet. Legend Lord isn't that close at all to getting his first veterancy, but he will progress there at some point. We do see that Sabotron's really leading with his commander, not pushing him with a lot of troops. So there's a lot of troops behind him. Legend Lord 2, as well as, of course, the column of Nymph is inbound from the south, from the north to the south. It's not looking good for Sabotron momentarily. We do see shield started for Clinch. He has the T2 upgrade on board and has some PD being built. That's going to help a little bit at a bare minimum. Legend Lord dropping into about 50% range. We'll take a look at Sabotron for a second. We do see that Eyes No Good is dropped into the yellow, but of course he's going for Nano. And then the southwest, it's just not, it's not going to happen. It really isn't. Moving over here, Sabotron dropping into the red. Not looking good for him. Lots of Aurora coming in to just rip apart the remaining hit points. And Team 2's commander of Sabotron is defeated by Legend Lore and by Nymph, with those assisting Aurora nearby. There was a PD, a couple of them in range, but wasn't enough. And Team 2 will lose the first player of the game, making it a 6v5 in Team 1's favor at 11 minutes. On the dot, Elder Aeon done with the missile launcher, now launching some missiles onto mech's positions. Where Team 2 wipes out, I think that was a T2 land headquarters, so that's going to be unfortunate for Team 2. And T2 started on Charlie's comm. Nano still progressing. Eyes No Good is going to get hit by Jamie's comm here shortly, and that's probably not going to feel good. And he probably will have to cancel the upgrade. There's the shots. 70% in climbing. Units are inbound from Jamie. And that might be a kill. Weed Whacker moving in this way to maybe isolate Jamie a little bit. But we do see that Sonny's moving in with T2 and Gun on board going this way. So we have a lot of zigzagging going on for these players. And I don't think Eyes No Good is making it out of there anytime soon. Gets completely surrounded by Team 2's forces. And he's wiped out just shortly after Cybeltron. And now it's an even game once again at 5v5. Stealth started for Legend Lore in the north. And we see this trend where Team 1's doing very well against this northeastern section. Team 2 is holding down here. We haven't seen a complete, counterclockwise move, but Team 2's Charlie 4 is killed off by L to the Aeon's missile snipe. Ooh, that's gotta hurt. Team 1 saw him, sniped it, got the kill. Nice grab there. It's now a 5v4 in favor for Team 1. And we do see Weed Whacker being surrounded by forces. Jamie Killer moving in. Looks like, I don't think he'll catch up to the comm in time, but he was already hurting. He was already in about a little under half hit points, so not super great. Mex is still being eliminated. Team 1's eco is starting to get a little bit further ahead of Team 2's. We do see that Turbopuck's down here with Gun and T2 on board, moving in to assist his forces that have been struggling to push back Team 1 on that southwestern front. So as of right now, Team 1 has a decent portion of the north, at least the northern half of the map. That is not a horizontal line. There we go. That's roughly about horizontal. Team 2 is making a presence this way for now. We'll see how long that stays, especially given that Turbopuck is isolated from reinforcements from Team 2 for now. Not looking good. Still missiles raining in from L to the Aeon, doing a very good job of just punishing Team 2 with all of those missile strikes. Looks like a couple of units actually breaking into Team 2's territory as well. Don't know where that... Oh, it's going to grab this mech right here, isn't it? Yep, there it is. That T2 mech is down as well, which means that should be a 5-star vet for L to the Aeon's commander. TMD getting online to protect Clinch's comm and just to protect stuff over here. We do see Clinch does have some PD behind him. Probably should grab some shielding just to kind of buffer a little bit, especially with the Cybern missile launchers, the mobile ones and the stationary ones, given the fact that they split in all different directions when they're shot at. So probably would be a good investment. We do see L to the Aeon, Legend Lord 2. I don't know why I'm confusing the two. Maybe they both start with L. Going after Clinch's comment. Shield and T2 versus Gun and Nano. So a little bit of advantage for Team 1, both range and speed-wise. Clinch walking forward goes, nah, it's probably not a good idea. We have some interceptors inbound. Where is Team 2's air? Because Team 1, we did see T3 air already online. And it's back here. Looks like it was started by Turbopuck, and he has a second base now. We also see that Sunny has a second base, so 2 bases for 2 players for Team 2, and double base for Team 1's frontline player, one of their frontline players of Weed Whacker. Clinch has fallen back, but again, now Legend Lord 2 being shut out by PD emplacement, so it's a little bit of trading going down between hit point losses between the two, and Team 1's Nymph is just surrounded by Legend Lord's 2's forces. Technically, some of those are his, but he gifted all of them over, and looks like he's falling back to focus a little bit on air. He's going for T3 now. We do have a second air player emerging, with the main one being L to the Aeon. Actually, I want to scratch that. Team 2's Triple Puck does not have a second base. That's just the other mech's position. Technically, Sunny has triple base. So, scratch that. That is not what I meant. It's what it looks like, but that is not what I meant. That is, I was mistaken, so apologies for that. Pointing out, though, that Turbo Puck has now claimed the southwestern corner of the map. So it's turned into a south v north game. And again, the eco situation is still favoring Team 1, but it's about the same amount behind as it's been for the past 3 or 4 minutes now, about 50 to 60 with power fluctuations and the whatnot. We do see Legend Lord continue to pushing. This is a large Team 1 army inbound. Team 2 needs some Blazes. They need some Riptides. They need Mongeese. They need something that just shoots very, very quickly. Or what you could do is you could go T3 and go Harbingers. That also works. They have a little bit of shielding to compensate for the little lack of hit points versus other T3 mainline units. And they one-tap all of these Auroras, so they're very useful for dealing with all the inbound forces from Legend Lord. He does have to be careful, though. I mean, some of them, a couple of them not bad. More of them appear. That's not going to be great for him. And Clinch has some T1 PD coming online, trying to come online, and has wiped out the majority of those forces from Team 1. So Legend Lord is now pretty much alone. He does have some forces back here, but not many, so definitely needs to watch out how far forward he pushes in. It's not 20 minutes yet, but with 3 players already dead in this 12-player game, might start thinking about not pushing in as much with his commander, maybe switching over to more longer-range tactics in terms of maybe more missile launchers, mobile artillery, and maybe even stationary artillery. But a couple of Titans down the middle here from Team 2's Jamie Killer. They found L to the Aeon's comm. He has T2 and missile on board. Overcharge kills 2 of those Titans. Nice grab there. If he wasn't already at 5-star vet, that'd get him very, very close. And looks like he's dealt with most of the aggression from Team 2. Looks like Riki Tiki Tavi gun T2 on board that UEF commander. No worries there. I mean, a couple of maybe mexes will go down, but the amount of economic damage that Team 1 has wrought to Team 2, it's going to take a while for Team 2 to really come back in that regard. Or to pay Team 1 back would probably be a better way to put it. Why are there so many Selens here? Why are there so many scouts? Why? How many are here? That just seems insane. There's 31 Selens because why not? Okay, well, I mean, I guess he liked Selens and maybe he had a build order to just build a bunch and just forgot to stop it, and now he just has a bunch of them. Who knows? They do act as cannon fodder, so there is that. He is leading with this commander, so that might help a little bit. We do see some forces now reinforcing somewhat near that position for Sunny. But again, he's doing air and he's doing land. For the most part, looks like he's actually switched that base over to Jamie, and now Jamie has double base, and Sunny's going to use this base, I would assume, for primarily eco reasons and just focus on air for now. At least that's what I would do, because it's really hard to do air and land and run around the map. It's pretty easy to just focus on one thing, especially with 2 players for Team 1 going for T3 air and whatnot. So we'll see how that ends up shaking up for Team 2 down the road. Laser decently early for that for Weed Whacker, but he's going for it while he has the eco and whatnot, so definitely a smart move there. And there is an inbound threat of Turbo Puck, so that is something to consider as well. Again, you cannot traverse the map this way. There's a mountain that's in the way, and you can't run all the way up that, so you have to go around, so a natural little wall section for Team 1 and for Team 2. But it, again, forces the engagement right here, which might not be great, because for Team 2, we have Jamie over here, we have Turbo Puck over here, and then we have Sunny's forces down here. So there's a 3-prong attack possible from Team 2 onto that one position. That's not great. He has a lot of area to cover and not a lot of room to move around, so not super great strategically. But we can say the same thing over here to the northeast. All the wall sections are kind of, curtailing movement this way anyway, so that's kind of helping a little bit. But Clinch, again, has to worry about forces coming this way and this way. There's some stuff up there, but it's really not that much, so it's not really a big concern, at least that we can see, of course. just because we can see it doesn't mean that Team 2 can see it. Looks like as I speak they see it anyway, so I can just shove it when it comes to that. Jamie decently far forward going for a shield upgrade. There's a lot of T2 tanks nearby. They're pillars. They're not pushovers. A couple of Percy's going to move in and try to cover the comm. He might have to cancel the upgrade. The Percy's almost one-tap the pillar's HP. It's just a smidgen. It's, 1450 versus 1500, so they almost kill him one pillar off entirely. Jamie will have to cancel that upgrade. Takes a lot of damage all at once. Needs to get out of there. Percy's need to walk in front of the comm immediately. He's dropping into the red, sub 3,000 hit points. A strap bomber could easily finish him off. Jamie's dropping below 2,500 now. And, I mean, if he had the shield and was going for maybe a nano upgrade, I could see how that would work out for him. But the reverse, it's not great. He will get up to, full strength quickly because of the nano. But, that was a risk that he took, and he almost lost. That would have been bad. In the north, we have Harmingers pushing into the spam facilities from Nymph, Noob. And again, he's focused on air, so he can not really have to worry about that. I do like just wall sections being built all around the map, because why not? And there's some restorers and gunships outbound for him as well. So he's focusing on air-to-ground weaponry, while his teammate in air of Elden Aeon's focusing more on the regular air, being the ASFs. Maybe a bomber will appear, who knows? But we shall see. Jamie back up. He's getting there into the green. It's going to take him a couple of thousand more hit points. Missile inbound moves. Nice movements there from Jamie. Almost, he doesn't die. He would have died from the missile, but he'd be hurting again. He definitely doesn't want to drop to 3K again. We do see a little bit of out pushing from Weed Whacker again. He has laser and gun and nano on board. No cloaking. So if Team 2 has eyes, they can see him, which they can see him right now. And he is inbound. And you can see all of that force from Sunny goes, nope, that's not going to be fun for, Turbo Puck's inbound. He's going to be definitely woken up by that. Laser upgrade. There it goes. Weed Whacker. The laser will activate or not. Or not. Or not. Or not. Where's your laser upgrade there, my friend? That's interesting. He had power, so that wasn't it. What? My laser did not work. Yeah, why were you toggle fired? Oh, no. That's unfortunate. Yeah, he wasn't even shooting normally as well, so that makes a little more sense why he wasn't firing at all, even with his commander. He was on toggle fire. That's unfortunate. He would have killed Turbo Puck just straight up. Would he have survived the battle? Probably not, but he would have at least killed somebody from Team 2, so that's unfortunate. Note to everybody, don't put yourself on toggle fire. If you run hate first and your opponent, I had laser, yeah, there's the comments, and it didn't go off. Again, just like Sonny said, he was on toggle fire. Now he's annoyed. Again, I would be annoyed too in his situation, so I completely understand. But now it's a 4v4 game, tied up once again at 22 minutes almost on the clock. We have some ASFs flying around. Looks like Team 1 is definitely in the lead. At least I would say, as of right now, Turbo Puck's ASF is actually sitting there. I don't know exactly what the lead is, but I would assume, just based on presence, that Team 1 is there. Speaking of presence, we have a couple of gunships, both the UEF and the Aeon variety moving in. And they're going after Jamie Killer's comm. Definitely wish he had that shield upgrade now. Oh, I don't think he's going to... Oh, it's not enough. Last couple of gunships come in and wipe Jamie Kill off. It's now another kill for Team 1, dropping it to a 4v3 in Team 1's favor once again. It's a huge back and forth, and this is 22 minutes in. Lots of dead players. We have 5, in fact, of the 12, so almost half dead before 30 minutes. So no hopes of a 20-minute game, because those were already dashed, at 10 minutes or whatever, and no hopes of a 30-minute game afterwards. Players left, everybody left alive, because nope, not happening today. Bricks moving into the front line again, and it's partially driven by the fact that, player is dying after player is dying after player is dying. And now Sonny has control of not only the front line, but he has back line. He has a whole bunch of stuff being built for him. He will be appreciative of the mass, though, because he's building a Fat Boy. That will definitely keep Team 1 a little bit at bay, but I don't think that'll keep them at bay for long, just given the huge amount of just momentum that's going in Team 1's way, and then Team 2's way, and then Team 1's way, and then Team 2's way, and it's just kind of really keeping the ball rolling. We have Laser started for Legend Lord. We have Tactical Nuke started for L to the A. On why he doesn't have a T3 engineering suite on board first, I have no idea, but people like to change the way that they do the build orders and whatnot. T3 started for Turbo Puck in the south, and the force from Team 1 still marching in from Legend Lord. We have gunships assisting them. Feel like the gunships, they're not really doing a whole lot, but they're trying to do something, so it's better than nothing. Play front, says L to the Aeon, talking about Nymph. I think he's worried about any sort of attacks this way, which I don't blame him, because that is an avenue that Team 2 could use. We'll see if that actually ends up hurting them or helping them long term with that additional air player, which I guess the gunships kind of did help seal Jamie Killer's fate. I don't know if the broadswords alone would have been enough. I say that as a UEF fanboy. Don't think they would have been enough, but who knows. Monkey Lord finishes in the nick of time. Bricks won't be enough to kill off the Monkey Lord. They will significantly damage it if they focus on the Monkey Lord, which we'll see if they do that or not. And to the north, Bricks still pushing in. Not an airlock yet happening for Team 1 onto Team 2, but they are protecting the gunships that are trying to be very, very annoying for Team 2's clinch. And he's just been a little bit beat up this game to the northern half of the map. We do see the Bricks are actually moving northward. Harbinger is going to try to do his best to protect those mexes, but good luck doing that. We have Team 1 AA being built to deal with the gunships. We have some Team 1 AA to the north as well. Pigeons are going to go down for clinch. T3 land headquarters is going to go down. It's not a good day for clinch on that northeastern side for Team 2. Nah, you ain't at 1600, says Jamie. Talking in some reference to something. And we do see Turbo Puck. I'm in a 1v6, says Sunny. That response time is sad. So there's just conversations about the air is probably what he's getting on about. ASF say they're gearing up for an attack, and now all of these land forces from Sunny have to fall back and just protect that front line of Team 2, because there's not much the way they can do with the air, at least right now. We have more gunships over here moving in, and they're moving southward. You left your common center, you're at 200. And gunships still just causing some havoc. There is a T3 AA mixed in there, so there's some more powerful AA. T3 land headquarters still alive for now, and air fight happens. Gunships do break through a little bit, but it looks like most of them have been dealt with. There's a couple of AA emplacements that have been built in the interim while they were fighting to the north, so enough time to really prep defenses. Looks like no mexes were killed. A little bit of reclaim for Turbo Puck, but clinch is not feeling good. 5 mexes dead there, 1 dead there. That's 6 mexes plus the other 2 down there, plus all the 5 down there. Team 2's eco is ravaged. They are still above 1,000 mass per second for now, as we see restorers wiping out mass storages as well. So not doing well for clinch. That northeastern side will probably encourage Team 2 to go a little bit more longer range tech and turtle up and try to defend as much as possible. Monkey Lord still chasing down those bricks. Looks like he'll finally be able to deal with the remaining ones that fled from him earlier. He's up to 25 kills, 17,000 mass kill, probably getting up to 18,000 there. And there's a Billy Nuke inbound from Team 1. There it is. That's inbound for the land forces. It might get out of range in time. Another set of brick forces is inbound. And clinch is just being heavily focused by the northern half of Team, actually just the entire front line of Team 1. And Laser is done, speaking of which, of the front line for Team 1 for Legend Lore. It will snipe a couple of Percys. Hey, it's 6 is better than none, but it wasn't as much as it could have been. At this point, it's funny, says Jamie Killer. Western side, Ythotha is online, and they did cut out the travel time because his main base is over here, and he built it over here, so it's a nice advantage. We do see units inbound from Ricky Tiki Tavi moving in to intercept, and now clinch is being overrun by bricks. Team 2 has forced the land army northward, and we see some Harbingers inbound from the north as well. Clinch does have the shield online. No gun upgrades, so that's probably going to hurt him here in a couple of seconds, dropping hit points very quickly. We'll overcharge one more of those units. He's up to 3-star bed. The Harbingers will survive the explosion. He's building a GC that's decently well off. He's already in the yellow, but the entire northern half of Team 2 is just gone. Eco-wise, they dropped below 1,000. Team 1's ahead by over 400 mass a second. The remaining army from Team 2 will be able to deal with this little snippet of forces remaining, but the damage is done. Multiple sets of mexes are down. An entire front line that's collapsed up to the north. It's not looking good if you're rooting for Team 2 at 27 minutes. Speaking of which, Let me know down in the comments who you think is going to win this game. Again, Team 2 isn't out of it just yet. We've seen games where players have come back from worse. So there is that. Let me know down in the comments, like I said, who you think is going to really win the game. Of course, if you haven't, because why not, at this point, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. And as always, thank you so much for watching. I really, really, really do appreciate it. As we see a nice little fat boy get hit by a Billy Nuke, but only impacts the shield because it wasn't enough damage to pierce the shielding anyways. Looks like the chickens from Team choose... it doesn't look like it actually engaged. It looks like it fell back. I thought the chicken would have just crash landed in the Team 1's front line, but no. There's a Megalith and now a Monkey Lord there from Team 1, so I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon. But there are 2 chickens, so maybe we'll see it down there. Eastern side, more bricks inbound. Again, this is going to be definitely a sore spot for Team 2, especially as they keep sending forces this way and then this way and then just keep going down, 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 down. I mean, just looking at it overview-wise, look at all the dead mexes, all of them up there. I mean, even if they were all T2, I mean, it's still a lot of mass per second. But we know these were T3 for sure, but let's just assume it's at least 300, maybe 400 mass a second Team 2 is missing out on per second. It is a lot of mass to lose out just because the stuff isn't built and it's not there and whatnot. A couple of bricks hanging out with a chicken. I mean, the chicken's going to get hit by some bricks, but that's not going to be too fun for either forces. And we do see Monkey Lord transferred over to Legend, not Legend Lore, but L to the Aeon from Legend Lore. And a Fat Boy is coming online for him as we speak. Looks like he's microing forces on the front line, which is interesting because he's the air player. So why is he microing the land forces? It should be Ricky Tikki Tavi doing that, but who knows what he's really focused on. 2 T3 land headquarters right next to one another. Don't understand that motive, but okay. Couple of Percy's going after a Megalith, but Megalith is also assisted by Percy's from Team 1's Ricky Tikki Tavi, so there's that. Fat Boy is doing some damage. Billy Nuke inbound once again, and now it looks like the chicken has actually come up and moved this way. You actually might as well just send it this way and call it a day. We do see the crab has fallen back a smidgen, so this would be the time to engage. Monkey Lord is down. Second chicken is inbound. That one's heavily damaged already. Couple of bricks down the center line between 2 of those chickens. But a couple of PD is in the mix here for Team 2, and the chicken's almost done as well. Maybe a couple of engineers will be killed off and slow down the progress a smidgen, but it will finish in time, and that'll be a dead group of bricks for Team 1. That Megalith is down, and now that Western side's looking very slim on the defenders. We do see 1 lonely brick targeting that chicken, and I don't think that brick's going to last much longer. T3 land headquarters for the Cybran side of things is down, and it's going to continue northward. But in the middle, we do have the force from Sunny that just went, we're just going to go this way, and we don't care how far we get. We're just going to go that way. There's a GC inbound. Air fight happens. Team 2 loses that fight. Bad engagement. Look at all the dead ASFs. Ooh, that's not great. This is a couple of charges of Percy's from Team 2. We're looking at 2 charges of Percy's, and those Percy's aren't going to feel good with that GC ran it in from the side. We have 1 Monkey Lord, we have 1 Fat Boy, 2 chickens. We have everything gifted over to Legend Lord 2. Looks like El to the Aeon gives literally everything over to him. Don't know where he's going or what he's up to, but who knows. GG says El to the Aeon, talking up to Team 1's player of Nymph Noob. He has a GC online, so he is doing something on land. To his credit, Monkey Lord is online. Monkey Lord being shot at by the Fat Boy that's online. Chicken's going to come and eat that chicken sandwich, at least try to, or the chicken sandwich going to try to eat the ice cream sandwich. And constant pings saying, go after this. El to the Aeon's annoyed about something. He's just annoyed about the game. And you gotta keep the chicken moving. You gotta keep it moving. Oh, it's gonna be close. Oh, he gets it. He gets the Fat Boy. And the Monkey Lord is gonna be down here shortly. The chicken actually goes this way. It doesn't go this way, which I feel like that'd be a shorter distance, but you know, there's that. And the Percy's have actually come up to El to the Aeon's come. The GC was not able to kill off all of them. El to the Aeon's just gonna walk in the middle of all of this nonsense. It'd be funny to just see a Billy Nuke just land right on top of his face, wiping out all the Percy's and the whatnot. It's my first day playing after like 3 months. Chill, says Nymph. And GC has caught up a little bit. Oh, the Percy's aren't shooting him. He's getting a small little break out of the Aeon. Another Percy gets grabbed, and he does survive. He probably would have died there if the units from Team 2 focused them. And Chicken is down. And this Chicken's killing off Eco for Team 1. It's a little bit of revenge for Clinch, given that massive amounts of economic damage he faced. I had laser, but it didn't fire on Turbo, said Weed Whacker. Again, it was on hold fire, so there's just unfortunate things happening all around. Wish you did, says Jamie. But well, at this point, if it wasn't for that, Sonny would be the last remaining player for Team 2. And it'd be a 4-1 game. That's a lot of APM to be down at 30 minutes, or even 25 minutes. So, not super great. El Leon is still alive, though. He's hanging out. Looks like that Chicken has finally been dealt with. Team 1 almost lost that SMD. And I don't see... Oh, there's a nuke. So, Legend Lore has gone into the nuclear option. GC once again started for Nimp. He does have another one online, so he has 2 of them running around. But that eastern side for Team 2, it's being invaded by a Monkey Lord and a decent amount of bricks, so that's going to be a secured location for Team 1. We do see a nuke is, again, it's been spotted by Team 2, so they're aware of it. I'm assuming, yes, yep, it's been built. And nuke online for Team 2. It's going to launch immediately. And it's going northwest, which makes me think it's going to land right on the... Yup, going to land right on top of that nuke. And I don't think there's an SMD. There is an SMD in range. But, it's not actually in range because the nuke is going to get edge nuked. So, that's not fun for Team 1 here shortly. There is an SMD. Oh, hold on. There is one up here. So, it needs to be careful of how far north that nuke goes because it might be too far north and it might get clipped. In the east, Monkey Lord is going to face off against Monkey Lord. And we see it's going to win for Team 1 just because of the sheer amount of damage from Tier 1. Not just the Monkey Lord, but all the bricks shooting at, and a couple of Harbingers mixed in there. Chicken running around. Chicken just walking right through the front gates. We just have no walls in this game. No one believes in walls in this game. It's just open the front doors, let everybody walk in, come say hi, and blow stuff up. And Monkey Lord not going to live much longer. We have Cougars hanging out. Don't know what they're doing that close to other units. They can't ground fire like other units can from like the Cybern side of things. That nuke is almost loaded. And Chicken, I mean, it probably wants that SMD up there. It's not going to get it, though. There's no way it's going to catch up to where its other teammate or Chicken mate. Chicken mate died, I guess. And looks like the bricks, again, still killing off mexes for Team 2. So there's still some eco killing from Team 1 to Team 2. So again, that's keeping Team 1 in the lead. Looks like maybe power outage possibly for Team 1. They dropped from 1.6 to 1.4. And Nuke is inbound. Now the question is it too far north? Did they do adequate? Oh, it might get clipped. He needed to put it like right here. Ooh, we will see if it gets clipped because remember, as it comes in, it's going to curve and then go down. So it actually goes a little bit further than you expect. So that's why edge nuking is somewhat of an art because you've got to really figure out which direction you're coming from and whatnot because it can make a difference. The comm of L to the Aeon is on a transport. He's going to hang out over. Oh, nope. He's going to keep going. Oh, and it does. Look at that. It does curve correctly and boom. L to the Aeon was. Keep doing that. Legend Lord 2 was walking into his death, but he's like, nope, I'm going away. He's fine. And the nuke lands. And the SMD was built but not loaded in time. And Team 2, have you noticed the transport? No, you have not. And this is going to be L to the Aeon's final act. Billy Nuke dropped right on top of that air grid. Oh, there it goes. And there's the transport. He's not... Oh, he gets back on the transport and he gets out of there. Oh, the boldness of that man. There goes the Billy Nuke right in the middle of that air grid. Boom. Wipes out a chunk of it. Doesn't wipe out the entire thing, but kills off a decent chunk of P-gens. So nice grab there. ASFs are not... Oh, he's got to keep going. He's got to keep going. Land. You're going to get shot down here shortly. He's trying to land. Oh, he's not going to make it. He's going to make it? Oh, he's going to... Oh, I see. Oh, I see. Okay, they didn't want him to die in the air with all the ASFs and blow them all up. That would make more sense. Okay, I was like, wait, why aren't they doing the thing? Oh, that's why they're not doing the thing. Well, they know where he is. He's over here. So we'll see what he ends up doing if he fires another Billy Nuke or something. Oh, okay. Well, there's not this inbound, so I think we're going to figure out where he's going to end up going here shortly. We have Fat Boy with a huge amount of Percy's. Looks like a couple of charges at a bare minimum. Looks like 3 charges of Percy's inbound. Not enough hosts of Harbingers yet. We are... Oh, no, we are. We're at 13. We're at a host of Harbingers. And here come the Nathas. They're dropping payloads. Some of them don't really actually land. Ooh. Hardly any of them actually do some damage. ASFs protect the comp for a little bit longer. And GC is down. The charges of Percy's will engage the host of Harbingers, and the host of Harbingers is not going to win. Haven't seen an order of Autumns yet. The only player that has those would be Turbo Puck, and he's playing air and not land, so we probably will not see an order or a side order of Autumns appear in this game. Or maybe. Who knows? We still got some time left. Harbinger has been eliminated. Second nuke being built by Team 1. Nope. Looks like artillery. Never mind. So he's going other long range. Second artillery already primed, ready to go. Not a lot of shielding from Team 1. I don't really like that. Satellite started, so UEF doing UEF things. And there is a Fat Boy down in the south to help protect. There's 3 chickens, 4 chickens, 5 chickens, 8 chickens, 1,000 chickens going to be built. Give GC to Ricky, says Weed Whacker. And there is Legend. No, I keep doing that. L to the Aeon. I don't know why I keep swapping their names. I feel like for some reason, I don't know why that's stuck in my head. Bowie Nuke is inbound. It's going to hit the land forces unless they move immediately, which I don't think they will. And that's going to be at least a charge or 2 of Percy's down for Team 2. Oh, actually, no. There's a Loyalist or 2 mixed in there, so never mind. That thing's going to get redirected. There it goes. It gets redirected. And it's going up, up, up. And we do see Elder the Aeons on the move, so he shouldn't get hit by his own Bowie Nuke. Should be the key word in that sentence. Nuke is half reloaded once again. We have an artillery started for Sunny. We have more shielding being built here for Team 2's Turbo Puck. We have another chicken being built in the background just in case. We have SMDs being built just in case. Love the backup. And with the artillery piece, Team 1 is just... They're making the moves and Team 2 is reacting. So at this point, unless Team 2 makes the move and Team 1 reacts, I don't really think that's going to work for Team 2 long term. 4-2 advantage in terms of APM. Team 1 has been leading the eco game for a while. They have 200,000 more mass accumulated over the course of the game. Again, this is a concerning thing with all these chickens down here. And there's the Bowie Nuke lands over there. Nothing's nearby, so there is that. Artillery has now been launched. Looks like it's going for this base first. Looks... No, let's see. Do not tell me it's going for the land army. Tell me it's going for at least this base. Another Bowie Nuke inbound from Team 1's L to the Aeon. And no, it's going to hit the land army. Never mind. I didn't think that would be the case, but I guess so. Not a lot more shielding here from Team 2. They've rebuilt their air grid, the section that they've lost, but not more shielding. PD, chicken. I don't like that situation. Bowie Nuke lands, but really nothing was really there anyways, so it didn't really matter. And 5 chickens, 6. Okay, the chicken wars have started. I don't know. I mean, the SMDs would be a good target. You need to take out that one. Is that a Scathith? It is a Scathith. Game has made its appearance. Nuke is being built for Riki Tiki Tavi. He has an SMD there. So there's 3 SMDs for Team 1, 4 SMDs up there. Those would be the 4 main targets. There's another one here, and it's loaded, so 5 technically. But again, there's just 2 right there. 1, 1, and 1. Those would be the main targets for Team 2. They wipe those out, launch the nukes, and call it a day. Now we have Sunny being hit by the artillery from Team 1. He's moving out of range, getting more shielding. Probably wants to protect that nuke. Keep that online just a smidgen longer. That's probably what Team 1's going after, I would assume, given the location of the shots raining in. Ooh, clips that pigeon, but no. I feel like by all accounts that should have actually clipped that pigeon, but I guess not. It landed right there. That part's not shielded. Anyway, I would argue that it's like playing a tennis match and the ball lands on the line or near the line, and there's arguments about whether it landed on the line or not. Engineers, no, you're just trying to reclaim. No. There they go. And there is still reclaim on the map to grab. I mean, we started with 50,000. We're up to 159,000. There's still a lot of reclaim, and a lot of it, honestly, is on Team 1's side of the map. Kind of surprised they haven't reclaimed as much as they have. Team 2 is not double them, but they're definitely working on it. And shield goes down. Now the Pigeon blows up. Weird. Pigeon didn't take a hit, and then the Pigeon took a hit and died. Weird. We have a conga line of chickens. Nuke is inbound from Team 2. Where does it go? This is a big thing, because if it gets wasted, that's going to be super unfortunate, and that's their second nuke. Maybe he launched it just to not lose it. He's going west with it. He's going to hit short. Oh, this is a nice little preemptive strike for Team 2. So either Team 1's army falls back even further and allows Team 2's chickens to get closer, or they push into the chickens, which is going to be better for them, or in this case, they just don't move and are going to get blown up. And that is a lot of dead troops for Team 1. Kaboom! Make way for the chickens. That's a lot of army inbound. Granted, there's no support. It's just chickens. You going to turn around? What are you doing? Oh, I get it. You see all of it. Yeah, Charlie's like attack. Like, yeah, there's gunships and they're going after the chickens. It was a perfect opening, but it looks like they want the ASFs to engage first. They will probably lose one chicken because of ASFs just missed the gunships again. They're going. Oh, that's unfortunate. Boom, Nuke lands. ASF sitting here on the ground. One chicken is down. Didn't get to do anything with it. Might as well have just sent it in at this point, because that's a waste of a chicken. And there's the ASFs. They're moving in a little bit too late for Sunny. Oh, probably could have maybe saved a lot of the HP. Maybe. That's kind of unfortunate for Team 2's land army. Ooh, it's unfortunate. And Team 1 wins the air fight by a large margin. There's still 250 ASFs online for Team 1, so still a lot more ASFs, and all the ASFs are dead. Not all the gunships are dead. Oh, no, now they're all dead, almost all dead. Second chicken is essentially gone, so out of the 6 chickens that engaged, 1 dies, and the other one is severely damaged, so technically 2 die. There's AA in the area, so they're sniping a couple of the ASFs, but we're talking about maybe a handful, maybe a dozen out of the 250. That's really not a lot. Satellite online for Ricky Tiki Tavi. And now Team 1 has time to prep defenses once again. They're going to build an SMD somewhere, and that is just unfortunate for Team 2. It's just now there's 2, 4, 6, 7 of them. Again, this one, you might as well keep this one back. Maybe move it to the corner, Control K it, reclaim it, build another one, because this is pointless. I mean, 2,000 hit points is nothing. It just, again, in the very beginning, it's a lot of hit points. Now it's not even worth it. Artillery almost done for Team 2. Shielding's not great. They need to get more shielding around that thing. Team 1's second artillery piece should be up shortly. It's in the green. Still no shielding surrounding that. This is going to be a big target. Wipe that out. Might wipe out the entire power grid for Team 1 almost altogether. How many? 14? Oh, yeah, that's enough. Because he's at 25,000 plus, so 10 would be 25,000. So, yeah, that's more than enough. Oh, shielding is not looking good. Oh, Pigeon. Oh, it's not looking good. 112,000 mass kill is pretty good for a nuke, but all six. What? Yeah, I echoed the what? Why did he control K all of his chickens? That's. I don't necessarily agree with that at all. Oh, yeah, that's unfortunate. If he is doing that on purpose, that's not okay. No. Boom, Nuke lands, kills off a chunk of Perseus. Looks like about a charge of them was wiped out. And L to the Aeon still running around. There were, yeah, there was, well, okay. Yeah, there were 8, 2, 4, 6, there were 7 technically. But one of them was severely damaged anyway. I mean, pretty much dead. It's dead man walking, so really 6. But that's just pulling hairs at this point. Artillery is done. And shots are inbound onto Team 1's air grid, at least they're trying to get it. Second artillery is done for Legend Lord 2. Army engaging in the northeast. And lots of ASFs hanging out. Looks like they found... Yep, there he is. They found the other Aeon. Come here, Aeon. Come here! Come here! We have a Natha inbound just hanging out. And there goes that. L to the Aeon taking out and taking you out and calling it, says Sunny. And Turbo is that. I'm not going to repeat that. And blah, 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 says Turbo Puck. And another shield being built. So Sunny's probably going to control K here shortly. 45 minutes on the clock. Shield pops back online. Nuke is no looking too good. Sun's getting real low. Sun's getting real low. That nuke. Oh, shot misses. And that's just, it's so unfortunate. There's a GC down here randomly, so that's fun for Team 1. Fatty says L to the Aeon, talking about this one from Team 2. It's not looking good for Team 2 at this point. They have one artillery, they have one nuke. That's really it. We have YOLO being, okay, we have a YOLO now being started by Turbo Puck. A couple of pigeons are down for Sunny. Did they even target the air grid from Team 1? It looks like they did. It's not going to be destroyed because of the shielding being built now, but it was targeted. Is targeted. Is, I think, would be the appropriate word, not was. Was would be it was shooting at it. No, it's not. It's still shooting at it, technically. Sunny still hanging out. Nuke is outbound. He's going to nuke himself. That's a nice, fancy way of control Kang. Goes up. And then down. Oh, it's coming at it at an angle. Look at that. It's not even a straight up and down. There he goes. Boom! Sorry, a kaboom! There he goes. Control K's. Giving everything over, of course, to Turbo Puck. Another nuke inbound from Team 1. There it is from Ricky Tiki Tabby's base. There is an SMD. It is loaded pretty well. So it is going to get shot down. It might actually get shot down by this one. But we have bricks to the north. We have experimentals to the west. We have gunships hanging out. We have experimental in the middle. I mean, the YOLO could save him, maybe. You guys played well, says Sunny. So some camaraderie in the chat. Love to see it from Team 2. And there's the shot. It actually does take out that nuke, that one that was right up there. I don't think we were winning. I mean, there is a conversation to be had, like I said, with the chickens turning around. Again, they probably should have just went full send it. And then, again, a lot of them probably would have died, but they probably would have at least grabbed this base at a bare minimum. He built like 6 chickens, sat them in the bottom left-hand corner the whole game, built no AA, built no air. Yeah, that's... I mean, he built air, just not AA. And had he built some, lightning tanks or something, that would have kept those chickens online at least a little bit longer. But, yeah, I just felt like sending that many experimentals in without any coverage was kind of weird. Also, it was preemptively, engaged by that nuke. That nuke was very good for Sunny. That was a good 1-2 punch that the second punch didn't really land. He's AFK, says L to the Aeon. So, yeah, we have Team 2's Turbo Puck is AFK. He turned off the YOLO that he's building. I think he's been that way for the past 30 minutes. And I can't... Oh, there he goes. Team 2. There he goes. He control K's. And that's the game. Almost... He's like, I almost had to scat this. It was in the green. But, I mean, when you have a situation like that, it's just somewhat unfortunate. So there's only so much you can do. Can't really force a player to play. And if they've given up or whatever, you can't, again, enforce them to keep going. So it's just the way that it goes sometimes. It is unfortunate. Those games do exist. They don't happen very often, but it does happen. So hopefully everybody enjoyed. If you have, please let me know down in the comments. Again, thank you so much for watching to the very end. It wasn't the most exciting game, but hey, it was pretty good nonetheless. And again, hopefully you've enjoyed. If the poll is up on the channel, take a look at that, the one for the Titans. If it isn't, should be out tomorrow. Should be, being the emphasis in that word. Thank you so much for watching the very end of the video, and I will see all of you in the next one.